Yes, hello all. So today's our topic is regular false position method. This is one of the method comes in numerical methods to find the root of a non-linear equation. And that equation may be any kind of equation, that may be a polynomial equation or a transcendental equation. It is applicable for all kind of equation. Okay. So in last class we have seen the bisection method and its characteristic. So we have seen, so there are some drawbacks of the bisection method. What are those? That it slowly converges towards the root. That means the process is slow, and also it needs lots of calculation. That means how much is the calculation, that much is the chances of getting error in the answer. So by keeping this all in the mind, the next method is this, that is called regular false position method. Okay. Another name for this is false position and linear interpolation method. So this is known by these three names: regular falsy or false position or linear interpolation method. So it is an alternative based on a graphical insight. We have seen bisection method is also based on a graphical insight. We have learned with the help of a graph, and now we are going to learn this method also with the help of graph. Okay. So if we will see what is the definition for this regular false position method, or how can we state this method. So it is given here that the false position is defined as the x position where a line connecting the two boundary points crosses the axis. Which axis? That is the x-axis, because when the function crosses the x-axis, at that point we can say that is the root of that equation. Okay. In the last class also we have seen it. So this is the statement for this method. I think it is not very much clear with the statement. So let's we see what is this actually with the help of this graph. So let's see what the method says. Here suppose I have a function that is y equals to f of x. This is my equation, that is any kind of equation. Okay. And that equation suppose have a graphical representation like this, what I have drawn here with the blue curve. So this is the equation curve for the given equation with the blue line. Okay. Now what will I do? I do the same procedure what we do with the bisection method. First to check the value of a and b, and how we check it? With random calculation. Random calculation. First we will check for f of 0, then f of 1, then f of 2, and where we will get the set of alternate solution, that is suppose this is positive and this is negative. Okay. This gives me the positive value and this gives me the negative value. So here this value gives me the value of a and this value gives me the value of b. So first this is my procedure. What? I need to get the value of a and b by random check. Okay. Where I will get the alternate solution for f of a and f of b. So when I get this value a and b, I am just marking that value into my this graph. Okay. So what is this my graph? So here I have x and y axis, and the value of a and value of b is marked here in the x axis, because this is the value of x. So this is my a and this is my b, and this is my corresponding f of a, this is my corresponding f of b. Okay. So f of a and f of b, I got this value. This represents f of a and this represents f of b. Right. So this is my a, b, f of a, f of b. So this gives me the next solution when I get these values. So according to the regular false position method, what we will do here, I will draw a straight line between these 2 points. Which point? This f of a and f of b. I got these 2 points with the help of a and b. So I will draw a straight line between these 2 points, that is f of a and f of b, like this. This is my straight line. Now where the straight line cuts the x-axis, that gives me the value of x1, that is my first iteration value. Okay. That is x1, which is the first iteration value. Now you can see here f of a related to a, f of b related to b. Now b can be replaced with the help of x1. Okay. So now next iteration, the calculation for x2 will depend on a and the value of x1, on this 2 value. a and x1. The first iteration was on a and b. Now for second iteration we will take a and x1. So for the next iteration I'll check f of x1. So what is my f of x1? Suppose that is f of x1 corresponding to this x1. Okay. So this is my f of x1. So next iteration what we will do now, again we will draw a straight line between the point f of a and f of x1. So that straight line will be like this. This is my second iteration process. So here this straight line where it cuts the x-axis, this point gives me the value of second iteration, that is x2. Okay, so this is the second iteration x2. Now this x2 gives me what? The value of f of x2, and this is my f of x2, that is what? F of x2, and f of a and f of x2 now give me the value of the third iteration, that is called x3, and so on. The process will go on like this. Okay, so what is here? See, we have first taken the value of a and b by random check. Okay, so we got this range from this point to this point, and here we can say that the a has the positive value and b has the negative value. Okay, so a and b has the opposite interval, opposite set of positive and negative values. That means this is for sure that there should be a interval between these 2 points, that is here as the graph shown. This is my root. So I need to go for this solution. Okay, this is my point of interest. I want to find this point. So what I am doing, I am using a and b range, this range, and then I have to find this point. So here we have used different straight line equation, and then you can see that slowly we are converging from point B to point x1, and then x1 to x2, and then x3 to x3, and so on, and we are slowly converging towards the required point, that is this, towards the root of this equation. So this is the procedure for regular falsification method. Okay, this we have to do. Now how we will do this? With the help of some equations. So how we are going to solve that equation? Let's see in the next slide. Yes. So what is the procedure for regular falsification method? Okay. So first of all, what we have to do, consider 2 points a and b. A and b such that f of a and f of b are of opposite signs. This is the same procedure what we have done in the bisection method. F of a and f of b with opposite sign we have to find, and that gives us the value of a and b. Same procedure what we have done in bisection method. Okay. Now a and b, how we got the value of a and b? Then directly we can start our solution. Okay. So yes, so what is my solution here? How we are going to solve it? So here, as we have seen in the last slide, we can see that here in the last slide we are going with the solution of straight line. We are using the solution of straight line. Okay, and where the straight line cuts the x-axis, that gives me the value of the iterations, that is x1, then x2, then x3, and so on. Okay, so I have to find these values, these equation values. Okay, so this is my point of interest. I have to check these values. So how we are going? I am going to draw a straight line between these 2 points, that is f of a and f of b. So we have this straight line, we have to find this equation. Okay, so what we are doing here, see in the next slide we can see here I am using a straight line equation. This is also known as 2-point line equation. We all must have studied in our schools. Okay, so straight line equation. Now this straight line equation gives the straight line between 2 points, and what are those 2 points? The coordinates for those are x1 y1 and x2 y2. This is the coordinate for that 2 point. Okay, so we can directly use this equation. So similarly, I am using here straight line. For this straight line I am using 2 coordinate point, and what are the 2 coordinate points? This point and this point. Okay, so what are the coordinates for this point? That is a f of a, and this is what? B f of b, right? So this is the coordinate for this 2 point. So here we can say that here the x1 is how much? That is a, and x2 is how much? That is b. What is y1? y1 is what? y1 is nothing but f of a. Yes, it is f of a. And what is y2? y2 is nothing but f of b. Okay, so they see, we can check it here. Here I have written the same thing, y1 equals to f of a, y2 equals to f of b, x1 equals to a, and x2 equals to b. The same thing I have written here. And how does it come? With the help of coordinates, a f of a, b f of b. Okay, so I simply replace that all values in this equation, x1 y1, then x2 y2. I have replaced that, and you can see we got this equation. Simply I have replaced those values into x1 y1 and x2 y2. Okay, now what we have to do? Now here I have drawn a straight line between f of a and f of b. What I want? I want this point, this value, that is my x1. Okay, so I have to find this value. So I have the equation for this straight line, and if I'll put y equals to 0 into that equation, then I'll get this x1 value, right? So in the same method, what we are going to do, in the same equation, we are going to put the value of y equals to 0 in this equation. Okay, so when you put y equals to 0, this will become 0, and then you can find the value of this x. This is our point of interest. Okay, so just I have kept the value of y equals to 0, and I just transferred all the variables here from right side to left side, and I got this equation. So this is my required equation, what is going to use for Regula-Falsi method. And what is here? Here y is 0. So this is an equation which should be memorized. This should be memorized for everyone for the solution of Regula-Falsi method. So this is the procedure to get Regula-Falsi method. Okay, so what we have to do? First we have to check the value of a and b by random check, and once we get the value of a and b, we have to use this equation directly, and then find the value of x1, x2, x3 up to when we get our required answer. Okay.